You do the thing.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Top 8 of Street Fighter V SLC Barfights. I'm Mr. Mistopheles, joined by it's Brad M, and we are so excited to bring these matches to you guys tonight. We have had some fantastic West Coast competitors. Do you want to run down the brackets for us and let us know what Top 8 looks like?
I am absolutely happy to do that. We have what I assume is going to be our first match of Sevelei versus NerfVega. Sevelei actually took it over #1 seed 801 Strider in top 16 to get in here, which there's already a conversation to be had there, right?
Right.
Sevelei's had some really good matches so far. Opposite that, winner side top 8 is Chris CCH and Mario DB. And then waiting down in the loser side, not to be counted out, 801 Strider versus Luigi DB, and then Mira and Eli the Curry opposite that in loser side top 8. This is a pretty good turnout.
Dude, not only is the turnout good, but like, so these are a bunch of the usual suspects that you see in Wednesday night fights. But like, I just have to really quickly shout out, it's like fate. I swear every time that they are both in top 8, Eli and Mira have to fight each other. And it's like, whoever loses is absolutely or whoever wins is absolutely sleeping on the couch. They're not allowed. And, you know, I feel like they're both competitors at heart, super staunch competitors. So it's like, they both want to win. But man, there's so much tension there. I feel bad for the situation.
Do you ever wonder if like there's moments, I mean, you just said there's hearts of the competitor, right? So go with me on this hyperbole, because the answer is no, but I want to submit a hypothetical just for my own brain illusion. Is there ever a moment where it's like, I could punish this DP and win, but we had a really bad argument earlier? Certainly not. We are gonna certainly not. But for a brief second, I thought about it, and I was like, that's a hilarious concept. NerfVega versus Sevelei. Sevelei getting in, as I said earlier, from the top 16 over 801 Strider, representing the Lucia.
Yes, and you know, one thing, if you've ever seen Sevelei play, whether it's at Wednesday Night Fights, whether it's at, you know, the online local West Coast, even they're occasionally in the A4 Andre events, you know, they play, it's like they are playing Ken only with the female version. So it's this really crazy rushdown offense. We've seen that already, but luckily Menat does have the tools to keep them out, and so now Sevelei is trying to work that corner pressure and keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be difficult. You've got the orb set up exactly where you want to be. Okay, finds the low short to challenge in the shimmy. The range on that low short so good. But unfortunately, finding through the counter swing is Sevelei to clean out this first round. Having the tools is one thing, but when you're sitting there in the corner, the orb's already out and it's so far away, and you're still dealing with the offense, like, you still need to find the time to use it.
Yeah, you know, it's that lack of a reversal, that lack of a super strong defensive option that really keeps Menat from being like tippy top tier, you know, among other things, you know, in the Nerf 2 or V-Trigger or whatever since Season 3. But that lack of consistent defense lets characters like Lucia or, you know, some other rushdown character really run rampant and make it tough for her. And so we'll see if Sevelei can keep this offensive momentum up. And look at him just going crazy. The stun is almost there.
That's wild. Max range slide, still trying to find the way out, and the V shift in the corner specifically to go back safely and not get poked out. Oh, speaking of not getting poked out though, and now you have to deal with the... Okay. I keep getting interrupted by all these new and interesting ways to use the V system. It is a new patch.
That is true. We saw the V shift, you know, represented right there, and now it's on the table again. Are we going to see that for an opportune punish? There it is, just like that. Clockwork. Sevelei takes it with the V shift punish to put the first game in his favor.
I feel like when watching Sevelei's matches in the earlier block, there was that utilization of the V shift there as well, and it's just this. The utilization of this tool as an ability, we even saw it there in the corner of like, you know what? I feel like things are getting just a little bit out of my control. I'm going to spend this just to get out enough that I can make sure things stabilize back in my hands again.
Right, and that's how it should be used. You know, it's only a handful of days old at this point, so people are still trying to figure out the optimal usage, trying to work it into their muscle memory, right? But to have that mental wherewithal that you would, in those tense, hairy situations, go to that option and then get the right punish and put it back in your favor, that shows the type of competitor Sevelei is, and that's why he's up a game in this top 8.
Yeah, I love NerfVega going for not cashing out on damage, instead going for the side switch. Ooh, view reversal into some weird air trickery, finding the back throw, but NerfVega still doing a great job of keeping Sevelei stuck in the corner. Okay.
2 V shifts in a row, and you know, because of the successful parry, he's not that far down on V gauge. You know, okay, there's a little bit of damage with the fireball. There's another one, and look at this. Even with those trade fireball situations, you know, Menat is still not out of the park yet.
Oh, for sure. I mean, as long as that V-trigger is up, I mean, if nothing else, she has the ability to throw out one of the orbs and try to start up the offense on it. It is a really effective comeback trigger. And with the amount of health you had left, it was only ever going to take the one orb. Retreat there.
Okay. Sevelei again, sitting back at like this long range, you know, just really picking and choosing his spots when he wants to go in. And right now, NerfVega is okay with that. Look, building up the V gauge, able to absorb these fireballs or reflect them, and just letting that orb hang out in there and control space.
I think this is a great pace to play this matchup in. If you're able to throw that orb out, you have the threat of the explosion to keep them worried. Oh, okay, EX run, and now you're starting the offense. NerfVega is going to need to find the space to retreat the orb and start this offense up again. You are already back in this corner. Now we just activate, but it's not going to matter. You get dash and thrown.
Okay, and look at the stun. It's not going anywhere. There's the crouch forward to try and get something going, and it's working out slowly but surely. But is there going to be enough juice for NerfVega to take this? Okay.
I truthfully don't know, even with minimum scaling.
I don't think so. Oh, that's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. And, you know, I guess Lucia is actually like a pretty low health character, right? Isn't she like 950? 925, something like that?
Something like that. I will say, NerfVega, if you want, because this is all an integrated platform, you can send money directly on Facebook too. So if you want to reward me for anti-commentator cursing you to finish that one out, I do accept bribery.
Yeah, fair enough, dude. You know, I respect it. You got to make sure that your hustle's rewarded, right? Okay, using the slide. Okay, I like that option. Look, you know, even that was a pretty good chunk of damage off of that slide, and more importantly, again, just racking up the V gauge build to give Menat that ever important option of the V trigger.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting that we're not seeing more of the V shift from Menat. You would think that a character like this would benefit from it with the ability to step back, especially in a matchup like this where you're dealing with Lucia being the aggressor. We're really not seeing it.
You know, I have to wonder if part of that reason is like because her normals are so slow, she might not really get any sort of real punish off of it if she does V-shift. And ideally, that's what you want, right? You want to punish some normally safe block string or some guess situation on wake up and then get the punish, but her normals might not be able to do it.
Yeah, you may well be right. And another thing is I'm realizing the ranges that Sevelei is choosing to do the V-shift are specifically ranges where you're uniquely threatened by, not threatened this round though, cleaning out the end of the round in a really tense situation. NerfVega went for a V-trigger reset there that didn't end up cashing out. I think maybe tried to save a little bit of the bar might have been the decision, or maybe it just wasn't going to kill. I assume that NerfVega knows the character better than I.
Sure, yeah, I think that's reasonable. Okay, using the EX Orb Recall to get a good chunk of damage and reset back to neutral, you know, favorable spot for Menat. There's the V-shift again, and we are really seeing Sevelei pull that out and just utilize it strategically in like weird offensive situations almost. Like it's a defensive mechanic, but he's using it almost like an offensive V reversal and it's just racking up the gray damage. But you know, a lot of these hits are landing in NerfVega's favor now, and he is looking at a solid life lead.
Yeah, I think the problem here is you're getting oppressed already. You're stuck in the corner. Sevelei has to back way off. V-trigger about to run out, which ultimately means that if some V-gauge is able to be built, we have V-shift again. But until that happens, you actually control this space. Holding some down back through the pressure, falls on the fireball, but the orb keeps them safe. NerfVega has one more orb into the overhead, is blocked, and now you have weathered the storm. The storm was approaching, though.
Oh my gosh.
Managed to get through that and save the bar.
Yes, that was so, you know, I wanted to see the juggler into super, but the fact that he kept composed afterwards and then went for the safe option to save the meter and, you know, clutch the round out anyways, just shows the type of player and caliber of player that NerfVega is. Now looking really solid here, potentially going into the last round of this first top 8 match, assuming it is in fact 2 out of 3, not 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I will wait for the producer voice in our ear to tell us while we watch this oppressive situation find some up back out of the corner, but that forward dash managing to get through the flip tech in the air, and NerfVega still stuck. Unfortunately, that orb recall did nothing for him. That was just, you had to kill some frames for that one. I am sorry. Still has all this bar.
Oh no! That could have been a huge punish, and that is absolutely a spot that Menat suffers in. Her punishes, even on DPs, are not the biggest, and that was just a goof-up situation that left so much damage on the table, and now Sevelei's still looking at a life lead, and maybe 1 or 2 mix-ups away from taking this.
All right, let's see how this ends up going. You still have 2 more orbs. The V-shift back, the orbs are gone, and the jump in to clean it out for Sevelei. And I think there's a moment where that round could have been NerfVega's and got away from it. There was that orb recall when NerfVega was just about at that P2 side corner. But then instead of just waiting for the orb recall, Sevelei did the EX run, but NerfVega tried to press. And so what happened was the orb that would have kept NerfVega safe instead just kind of impotently flew through as Sevelei got the counter hit. I think NerfVega can, once they're in this advantageous situation, needs to be a little bit more willing to pick their spots a little bit choosier.
Sure. And, you know, on the opposite side, that is something that absolutely Sevelei has been doing. And you have to do that against Menat, right? You have to work the maze, find your way around all the hedges, and get in there safely to make your damage count, which can be tough. But using a character like Lucia, who has all these movement options, as well as like that long range, low forward, and, you know, can mix up her fireball approach, it can make it tough for even a traditional zoner to keep them out, and Sevelei's just been making it work.
The reversal at Wake Up there really doesn't want this offense to go. And now the V reversal through the orb recall. I will spend all of my resources to keep you in this corner. I have weathered the storm of your offense. I have gotten through the maze. You don't know what I had to do. We had to put Victor Crumb under the Imperious Curse in order to make this happen, to navigate this. But my hand is on that port key.
Avada Kedavra!
All right.
I have no idea. I have no idea if Tom's mic is live.
Yeah, honestly, I don't either, and I'm okay with it. You know, we're here for it, and Sevelei is looking to potentially have this in a reverse 2-0 sweep to put NerfVega down into loser's side. He's going to be able to fight his way out of this corner. I love catching him with that horizontal movement from the EX legs to catch the neutral jump. Such a good option there.
Sevelei, even in the top 16 matches, was so willing to use the overhead from Lucia to the point that, like, I wonder if there's something about the frame data of that overhead that I don't know, because I've been programmed to be like, overhead bad except meaty, but Sevelei is just like, overhead it works, and it's not been blown up yet. We saw one get blocked and then followed up immediately again. Finally on the offensive here a little bit is NerfVega.
Okay. And again, Sevelei on the back foot, but he hasn't been super uncomfortable in this situation. Using the EX run to try and close the distance and gets a trade, you know, looking at a little bit of a life lead here, but NerfVega is still sitting okay. There's definitely an opportunity for them to control this corner pressure and get the win. And that's gonna be it. Look at that. Even with the thickness on Lucia's side, NerfVega takes that round and ties it up, going into the last potential round for this set.
Yeah, it is still, to your point, set point here for Sevelei. I do like NerfVega did seem like they were a little bit choosier in that situation, though. Yeah. Backing off.
Okay, I like
the corner. Ooh.
I really like the sweep there. That's such an option that you absolutely have to represent against Menat. You cannot, or I'm sorry, not Menat, against Lucia. You can't let her charge up those fireballs for free. So NerfVega having the awareness to just punish that when you can in neutral is super good.
Yeah, still unfortunately stuck in this situation, and it's the greed that you have to play with on the V gauge here. It's a shame, almost reminiscent of like 2.5 Menat, right, where she was this really dominant mid-range character, but then also had the crazy VT stuff. Oh, there's the reset. Speak of 2.5 Menat, somebody hit in the addition select.
He got greedy and went for the reset. You can't do that against Sevelei. He will bust out every time. He's mashing. He's churning the butter. And, okay, is there still going to be an opportunity? He does it again. He does it again, and he didn't even use the EX that time.
But do you know why that was brilliant? Because NerfVega was playing for chip. NerfVega threw out the
Yeah,
orb
you're right,
to cancel into CA on block for chip. So Sevelei on wake up does the anti-fireball DP, doesn't even need to spend the bar to clean it out. If you are keeping cognizant of the game state in that way, and you can evaluate the actual risk and reward of your opponent's decision making at any given moment, reads like that become it's like finding like a mate puzzle in chess.
Yeah,
like,
sure,
this is how it has to happen. If it's done in 3 moves, this is the 3 moves. And you can just know, you can chart out the game.
Yeah,
Shadow boxing. Like, it's all these concepts. You can do it here too.
Absolutely. I could not have said it better, Brad. I think, you know, you'll hear that comparison a lot. High speed chess, that's what fighting games are at the highest level. And just exactly like you said, it was very clear, excuse me, it was very clear that he had assessed the situation, you know, taken into account the meter management, the resources available, and knew his best chance to close that out with the least amount of resistance, I guess, right? And just good stuff from Sevelei in that last clutch moment to seal the deal.
Yeah, I mean, super good. Again, we said out the gate, right? Number 1 seed in the bracket, 801 Strider. Sevelei takes that to get into top 8 winner side over 801 Strider. And every match that I'm watching from them, it's just like I have the patch notes open on the side because the patch is still so fresh. And I'm like, what did they give this character? Did I miss something? Did somebody? Where's the? I didn't see broken. I didn't see made character extremely good. We didn't see a bunch of Lucia. How many Lucias are there? It's like Will Tupac in EU.